so today I am going to be reviewing Bleach. In case any of you are wondering what the hell, Bleach is not about the stuff that you put in your laundry to make stuff whiter. No. Bleach is... To this day, I cannot figure out why in the name of hell they called it Bleach. If you have any idea, please inform me, because I'd really like to know. So, Kurosaki Ichigo has always been able to see and communicate with spirits, which I gotta say is pretty cool. So one day when Ichigo was chilling out in his bedroom, a girl randomly flies through his window. What the fuck? So, because of this, Ichigo's like, oh my god! And completely freaks out and pretty much attacks her, which is hilarious. Turns out this girl's name is Rukia. She is a Shinigami, or a death god, and she is looking for a spirit that apparently is in this house, because as a Shinigami, it is her job to escort spirits to Soul Society, which is pretty much heaven, I suppose, which I gotta say is pretty cool. So while these two are arguing over the fact that Ichigo can see her, and she's shocked that he can see her, a hollow, which is a demon, attacks his family, which... You're confused about it first because it doesn't make much sense, but later on it explains that because everyone in Ichigo's family has at least a little bit of spiritual pressure, so I can see why they'd be attacked. So in the process of trying to protect Ichigo's family, Rukia is severely injured and is unable to do battle. So Ichigo, in an attempt to save his sisters, tries to fight the demon and himself gets injured, not as bad as Rukia, but still. So Rukia, in an attempt to do something, decides that she's going to pass half her power on to Ichigo, which is illegal for Soul Reapers. And due to this, Ichigo accidentally steals pretty much all of her Shinigami power and leaves her pretty much useless. So Ichigo defeats the Hollow and everything goes back to normal. Until Rukia shows up at his school and pretty much strikes him out and tells him that because she can no longer do her job as a Shinigami because she doesn't have her powers, he has to do her job for her, which at first he is really reluctant to do, but eventually he agrees. And thus begins the whole journey with Shinigami. I have to be honest in this opinion that I much rather prefer the Shinigami in Bleach as opposed to the Shinigami in Death Note or Full Moon Rosagi Shita, I think that's how it's pronounced. Because, I don't know, they're just more human looking, and despite the fact that they are Shinigami, they act human, they look human, they seem human. The only difference is that they have spiritual powers and they're not human, they're Soul Reapers. Not that I'm opposed to any other kind of Shinigami, I just prefer these. So some of the other main characters of this anime are Inoue Orihime, she's good-hearted and actually very strong, but she's pretty useless in a lot of sense. She doesn't really want to fight, which I can get, but if you're going to go into battle, you have to be prepared to fight. And then there's Chad, who has a full name, but I honestly cannot remember it. He is the strong, like, butchy guy that you just can't help but love, and he doesn't talk much. He's a very silent type, kind of like him. And then there is Ishida Yuryu. He's a Quincy, which is pretty much an archer, only he uses spiritual energy to shoot arrows instead of real arrows, which is kind of cool. I do like his fighting style, but I'm not too fond of the character himself. I think he's kind of a jerk. That's just me, though. So, the basic story of this anime is very awesome. I think it's kind of nice. The characters in it are also very cool, although I have to say a lot of the female characters kind of bug me, but again, I think that's just going back to basic Japanese culture. You just can't get away from women characters being less mature than men. You can't help that. But the character development is huge. There's so much love and so much understanding between characters. The relationships, the hatred, just everything. The characters are just amazing, and the relationships between them are even better. And of course, and something that's really important to me is comedy. An anime has to have comedy in it, otherwise it just gets way too serious for me and I get depressed because it's like, oh my god, is this ever going to end? So, something that I really love about Bleach is the fact that it has so much comedy. Pretty much in every episode there's comedy, which is so nice because it just lightens the atmosphere even just a little bit. Even if it's in the middle of a very serious fight, there'll just be some random argument between the two characters that are fighting, and it's like, ha ha ha, you're all idiots. And the fight scenes are amazing. Honestly, when the anime first started, they weren't as good as they are now. They're still pretty cool. Mind you, right now, the arc that's going on, and I mean the Japanese version arc, not the English version arc, so if you don't watch the Japanese version, I'm gonna say spoilers because I don't want you to hear something that you don't know yet. This whole thing with Azon is getting way annoying. It's just over and over and over and over again. It's just completely frustrating. Mind you, it's not as annoying as the whole Sasuke thing in Naruto, which, again, you can't get away from. The creator of the Bleach manga said that she has not written nor decided what the ending for Bleach is going to be. So that just tells you how long this anime and manga is. And one of the reasons the manga is so long is because of the goddamn filler arcs. And the thing, filler arcs have always been annoying. Always. You can't get away from that. But the thing that I absolutely hate about the Bleach filler arcs, cannot stand, is that they do not come in after a season that makes sense, or as part of the actual storyline. They will cut the season off right in the middle and do something completely different, or something related to it, but not a main part of the story. And it is so freaking annoying. Because you'll be right in the middle of a cool fight, and it's come to the climax, and you're like, yay, finally! And then, they just cut it off, and next thing you know, you're watching a stupid filler season, and it's like, what? I absolutely hate it. But aside from all those little details that you really can't get away from, Bleach is definitely good anime. The character design is amazing, the character development is amazing, the fight scenes are awesome. And the depth of the anime itself is actually pretty good. So I'm going to have to give this anime an 8 out of 10 because, like I said, filler seasons are annoying. And some of the characters, especially some of the female ones, are kind of useless and frustrating and you kind of want to throw shit at them. But what can you do? Anyways, this is TNT Saka, and I hope you enjoyed my anime review. Keep your eyes open for more of my anime reviews and my random videos. I think for number 10, I'm going to do something special. Look forward to it. Jamante!